Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're in Atlanta, Georgia for the final round of the Tour Championship and set to give out $10 million, the bonus to the winner of the FedEx Cup playoffs. And Frank, I can't help but think, what would Bobby Jones have thought as you walk through the clubhouse and you feel and see his presence? What would the legendary Bobby Jones have thought about a $10 million payout?
Well, I think if Bobby Jones was alive today, Rich, he might have just turned pro rather than staying an amateur. His last round of golf is here, actually inside the clubhouse there. You'll see that scorecard, and if my memory serves me correct, he shot an even par 72. 72 won't get it done today, though.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. Not a gimme, but well within his range. In for a bogey. Here at East Lake in the Tour Championship, this par 4 14th is straight away, but it is narrow. You have to put the ball in play off the tee here.
That club must have melted after that one.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. In for birdie, and now 2 under for the tournament. There are just 2 par 5s here at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. This is the second and last of the 5 pars. The 15th, it is only 525 yards, and if you walk away with par here, you will likely have dropped the shot to the field. This is a chance to make birdie or eagle. Again, with only 2 par 5s on the golf course, this is a pretty big moment here. Scoring opportunity, this at the par 5 15. Let's see what they do.
This is crazy. I fucked myself up just because I thought, okay.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Up to the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh my goodness, that one just rocketed by the hole. It's actually on the fringe right now. Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. And the Tour Championship winding its way to the finish. We're at the 16th hole now, demanding par 4, 481 yards.
He's going for a little extra. Just smokes it. Nice.
Looks good.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
This is going to play a lot shorter. It is a steep hill down to the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? And that's a birdie. Another stout par 4 as we get closer to the finish here at East Lake Golf Club in the Tour Championship. The 17th is 455 yards. Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. With that birdie, moves one shot closer to the lead. Well, depending on the wind, players could use anything from a fairway wood to a long iron on this demanding par 3. Deep bunkers left and right of the two-tiered green leave little room for error. Any player leaving the ball above the pin must take extra care. Facing one of East Lake's most difficult putts, Sunday afternoon drama awaits. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
And getting ready for the putt.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Frank, right where you want to be at the midway point of a tournament.
Yeah, you know your game's solid. The focus is more on the leader, and that you can just go out and play. Excellent position to be in.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Tour Championship. And here we are, the final stop of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It all comes down to this tournament, the Tour Championship, to help us crown the next FedEx Cup champion. Hello, everyone. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. It has been hosting this championship since 2005. Now, it is time to jump right into the action.
All right.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Continuing from the Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta, Georgia, all the drama of the finale for the FedEx Cup. And this is a chance to make birdie. We're at the downhill, par 4 12th. It's only 391 yards. A good, accurate tee shot gives a player a chance to make a three. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here.
This one right over the hole.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Now putt for par.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. So hanging in down the stretch with a par. A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. Checking in on the late round action, our featured golfer has been systematically taking this golf course apart. Really impressive.
Rich, it's been a fun watch. Actually making the game look a little easy right now. This golf course, not easy. You just got to look at the other scores that the players are shooting right now. But right out here, we are watching a very good golf.
Challenging shot from 100 yards and can cut.
All right, let's get it out this high rough real quick.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. These putts keep the round together. Well, that's a tough break with that miss right there. This is a 9-footer. That's a par, but unfortunately, Frank, not good enough to hold the lead.
Well, all the other movement on the golf course, Rich. Pars aren't good enough right now. Other people are making birdie.
Fuck.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. The approach now to the 14th hole. Frank, what do you look to do here?
It's the opposite of 13. Now you're going straight downhill, but the green slopes in the other direction, so don't get too cavalier here. You've got to pitch that ball just slightly short of the flag.
Just a beautiful approach shot. Birdie putt coming up. Had a bogey on this hole yesterday.
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top, very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title. All teed up at the 15th, the final par 5 of the course, sitting at just 525 yards. Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. That, Frank, is position A.
Wouldn't you like to have that in your bag every day?
Love it. Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Hell yeah, he pissed.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up.
Damn, man.
Yeah, a little unlucky there.
You're killing me.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
We're going
exactly
to the final
right,
round.
Rich.
Trying to
I
win
think
this
our
championship
winner
too.
is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the
Here we go,
PGA
y'all. Final
Tour,
round.
proudly presents the
That
final
round
leg
at second
of
place.
the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Way
Today,
up.
it's live
I
final
feel
round
blessed.
coverage of the Tour
Yeah.
Championship.
Let's do it. What you talking about? Put a line in that, man. Ride that bitch. Come on, win. Kill me back. Give me back.
Tug that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough was fairly thick. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Beautiful display of ball striking today, really in control, and that's another GIR, green in regulation. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance.
Even par.
Tell me why the hell she's walking on the highway. People ain't supposed to be walking on the highway.
Pressure is on to make birdies. Pars just aren't going to get it done, Frank.
Going to have to start aiming at some more flag sticks.
Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta. The final round brings us to the par 4 14th.
You can see why it's so hard to hit every fairway at East Lake with holes like this, downhill 14th. Fairway slopes considerably from left to right, really reducing the width of that fairway. But if you can find the fairway, there is a birdie down there, but only the best and the brave will find one. I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That's one of the more
What's going on, John?
sights in golf. You hit a good one,
How you doing,
and then
bro?
it just sucks back too much spin off the green.
Appreciate it.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup.
Are you getting any lags or anything like that? Anything that looks
Final
weird?
round of the Tour Championship brings us to the 14th hole. It's a 442-yard par 4. And Frank, you could face a challenge here off the tee with sort of a side hill lie. And then when you get to that green as well, another one of those sloping back to front. So position, it would appear, is really the key here.
Yeah, it's one of those holes, too. You never feel like you've got the right club in your hand. You try and hit an iron down there, it goes in the rough. You're left with a lengthy second shot. Then you try and hit driver. If that hangs up in the left rough, well, it's no shot coming over that front left bunker. Somehow, you've got to try and find a shot that'll go on the fairway. Be careful, too, of that right side of the green. You'll notice the green angles to the left. So that right side finishes very, very quickly.
Fuck.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Got him.
And at this point, Frank, you'd settle for par with the heat rising, all the pressure building, but an eagle at this point, tremendous effort. Players now arriving at the 16th hole, 481-yard par 4, and Frank, the pressure is really starting to mount here in the final round of the Tour Championship.
Word,
Oh, you
appreciate
can
that,
smell
bro.
that $10 million right now. You can also see that fairway shrinking. Notice the look of those four bunkers down the left. The fairway gets
But
narrower.
you see what I was. Remember, I was on the phone with you earlier, and I was
You
trying to
can
tell
try
you
and fly past
about
them,
the
but,
server thing. You see
this
what I'm
is gonna be
saying?
another one where the
Like
tee
when I
shot's
ain't got
downhill and the
no
second
weather
shot.
or nothing.
He goes after it like he is
I'm
here.
good. Well, I mean, I ain't saying I wouldn't take no
Putting
weather.
everything into this
More or less
one.
no bad weather.
Just destroyed.
Like no real bad weather. And I had rain and all that shit before. I should already do that.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Trying to pull it all together here late in the round. The approach now to the 16th. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
So they'll tap in. He'll take par and move on. Frank, final round of the Tour Championship, just a couple of holes to play, and this is one of those spots where the moment is really so big and the potential for catastrophe with the water left is really so glaring, making this quite a hole.
It's the only hole on the back nine where the water is just obviously in play. And that becomes the feature all the way down the left side of this magnificent par 4. On the other side of the fairway, there's 3 bunkers in that perfect position should you stray a little to the right. So it requires your best tee shot. And the second shot also requires your best judgment. The reason why? That green just slightly built up and protected by that front bunker.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That is another laser right at the flagstick. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Good putt. Frank, here we are, the final hole of the final round of the final event of the FedEx Cup season.
Yeah, this is it. They give you a little bit of a reprieve. You wouldn't think you could do too much damage on this, but if you have to make 3 to win, and that's to win everything, there's much easier holes to play than this.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up.
Yeah, I'm about to turn it up.
So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. And getting ready for the putt. A little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. It happens. You have a tough hole. Time to pick up and move on after the triple bogey. So another tournament in the books, Frank, and what'd you make of this one?
Quality venue once again, Rich. The standard of courses we're seeing is excellent, and consequently, it's enabling the players to really play some great golf. So, I think golf's the winner today.